Hi there. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Rogers. Presidential primary voting is officially underway following a historic Iowa caucus last night. Not only was it the coldest caucus in recent history, but it also showed significant margins between candidates. Here's a look at where Iowa voters stand. Former President Donald Trump got just over 50% of the vote in Iowa, coming out as a clear frontrunner. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis only came out slightly ahead of former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Both say they will continue fighting for the White House.
The big night is going to be in November when we take back our country.
We have a lot of work to do, but I can tell you this, as the next president of the United States, I am going to get the job done for this country.
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race.
We have just a week until the New Hampshire primary, and that's where candidates are expected to begin campaigning today. Well, before his events in New Hampshire this evening, Trump is back in a New York court. Today is the second trial involving columnist E. Jean Carroll. A jury will determine how much money Trump owes in damages for defaming her in 2019. Last May, a separate jury found that Trump sexually abused Carroll in the 1990s and defamed her in 2022. In this trial, she's asking for $10 million. Well, this week, we're expecting to learn more about the police response to the 2022 school shooting at a Uvalde middle school. On Thursday, the Justice Department will release its review of the incident. 19 kids and 2 teachers were killed at Robb Elementary School. In the aftermath, Texas officials and law enforcement saw criticism for their response. Thursday's report is meant to identify best practices for the future. Well, back here at home, in just over an hour, the man accused of murdering a beloved cashier at Oak Grove Grocery in Loring Park is expected in court, where a judge will decide if he is mentally fit to stand trial. Taylor Schultz is facing second-degree murder charges. A criminal complaint says and shows video of him attacking 66-year-old Robert Scaft in December using a golf club. Schultz was arrested after a 6-hour standoff. We're also following 2 stolen vehicle arrests made last night near Wayzata. Police in Orono tell us there was a stolen vehicle spotted on Highway 12 leading to a short pursuit. Police eventually stopped the vehicle near Central Avenue and 2 suspects were taken into custody. Then police say another stolen vehicle crashed into a garage on the corner of Shoreline Drive and Brackett's Point Road in Wayzata. 2 suspects were taken to the hospital to get checked out. Let's go ahead and look at the weather now. Nationwide, more than 140 million people are under wind chill advisories or warnings. In the South, that means businesses are closed and people are being asked to stay off the road. It also means more air travel concerns. FlightAware is reporting more than 1,200 flights were canceled this morning. Out of MSP, we've seen 41 cancellations and 64 delays. Well, for us, the weather means more cold temperatures, but Ben, they aren't quite as bad as yesterday, but my friend, I still think they're pretty bad.
Yeah, you know, we're actually, as of noontime, as of just 3 minutes ago, the National Weather Service allowed those wind chill advisories and warnings to expire in Minnesota and Wisconsin because we just haven't reached the threshold, or we're no longer at that threshold where an advisory is needed. It's still pretty darn cold, however. We've got single-digit temperatures on both sides of zero across the state. Rochester right now is 1 below. But you factor in that wind, which has been relentless over the last few days, and we've got wind chill values that are still in the teens and 20s below zero. So it's cold, it's just not that cold, if that makes any sense. Let's take a look at your temperature and wind chill map for the rest of the day today. Temperatures holding pretty steady in the single digits, and you can see the wind chill value will be in double-digit territory below zero. That'll be the case through tomorrow as well. Not a whole lot of change in our overall weather pattern for the next few days, but I will tell you, some relief is on the proverbial horizon. We'll talk about that relief coming up. Oh, first, let's toss it inside for a look at the roads with Cece.
Thanks, Haven. So roads looking really great this Tuesday all across the metro. I do want to point out, though, one area in particular, our South Metro friends down in Hastings. MnDOT is reporting that parts of Highway 61 and then also parts of Highway 316, they've got some ice on them this afternoon. So definitely pay attention if you're headed down that way or coming from that way. I'll do a live look here at Highway 61 and Highway 55 eastbound. You can see for the most part the roads are dry and clear, but there are some glossy spots right here where it could be ice. So if you're turning or are going at a faster speed, just make sure you're taking your